Hey guys, it's Gamers today, and today we'll be reacting to Gerber grooming allegations by the premium.
This is the first time that I've blocked somebody. Not because of any harassing text, not because of any drama, not because of any of that. I've had to block this person, Joe Rogue, because he's a disgusting person. This was somebody that I felt safe around, but I don't feel safe around him anymore because he's a groomer.
I would like you to keep in mind that the allegations featured in this video are just that, allegations. I cannot guarantee that the evidence featured in this video is 100% legitimate. Regardless, the stories in this video should be taken extremely serious. At this point in time, Joe has not publicly responded to any of these allegations. As of today, both of his TikTok accounts have become private. I ask that you do not harass and or target any of the people featured in this video, including Joe himself, because at this point in time, we are unable to know if these allegations are really truthful.
This video will be about one of the biggest hypocrites I have ever met in my life, Joe Rogue. Here's a picture of him if you don't know him by his name.
If you're lost here, let me help you out. Joe Rogue is a creator on TikTok who got big through political TikToks. He also had a lot of growth from a beef he had with Vegan Teacher. The purpose of Joe's platform were to make young people feel safe, and many people, including myself, feel majorly betrayed by these allegations.
John is a disgusting and terrible hypocrite who abuses his platform by using his clout to groom and prey upon underage boys. He has done this to multiple people, including me. John first followed me whenever I had about 30,000 followers and joined my live stream and asked for my Snapchat, so I gave it to him. After Snapchatting for a few weeks, I invited him to a Zoom call with me and my other TikTok friends, which we did daily. After about a week of John joining the Zooms, he asked me if I wanted to get an Airbnb with him on my 18th birthday, which was over 3 months away. At the time, I thought it was a good idea, and initially, it was supposed to be with other people. This is him asking me who we should invite. After a few more days, I realized those were not his true intentions. He started to send me links to one-bedroom Airbnbs, and he offered to purchase me alcohol if I went. And this is him talking about the one-bedroom.
That's like,
and I was like, could we find one for like 2? That would be better. As you can see, he immediately changed the subject. A little over a week goes by, and then I decided to invite one of my IRL friends to the Zoom, and this is what John sent me. He knew that I did not want to get the Airbnb, so he thought if he invited one of my IRL friends, I would want to go. That's him asking when he was going to turn 18. He continued to ask me about the Airbnb for months until he just finally stopped. During one of the Zooms with all of my TikTok friends, John thought it would be a good idea to have us all take a BDSM score test and send him our results so he could see our kinks. Keep in mind, the youngest was 15 years old and the oldest were 19, and there were only 2 19-year-olds and everybody else was 17 and below. There were 12 of us. A few months later, in the Zooms, my friends would go into separate FaceTime calls, and it felt like me and John were always left out, and he tried to convince me that they were talking about me and that they weren't my real friends and that he was my only real friend. It worked, and I believed him. A few days later, I got a FaceTime call from all of my friends, and I answered, and in those FaceTime calls, during the Zooms, they were talking about how John was grooming me, and whenever they confronted me with this, I was very defensive. A few hours later, I called back and talked to them, and I finally realized that John was grooming me. I found out that they were
real. Between the dates, extremely bleak.
Make a statement because these stories are very real and extremely credible. I was involved in a group who did Zooms every night during election season. We played games and we just talked. This was a group of people from anywhere of the ages of 16 to just turning 20. John, who is a 27-year-old man, was in these Zooms playing Among Us with underage people. Although this was somewhat normalized and I thought it was tad weird when I first joined the Zooms, it became really normal because there's a huge following and we have the same beliefs. This is not normal. This is weird for an adult to be hanging out with 16-year-olds. He had very real discussions with all of us about getting Airbnbs, when at the time I was literally a minor. My friend Dylan was asked by John to get an Airbnb when he turned 18 for his birthday. A 27-year-old. And I haven't...
People corroborating this story is guilty of doing that. Contact with Joe Rogue. At this moment, that is all I could find to cover. That's it. See ya.
And I'm tired of seeing these people go unpunished. I'm tired of seeing these